What's up everybody, welcome to MTA 70 for the 15th of May 2019, and there's only one topic today, and that is of course the release date of WoW Classic and the beta. So we're gonna skip any intro today, we're just gonna go straight in to the video, and because yeah, everybody's probably just as excited about this, about these news, and we're going to talk about all of the things that we already know, and yeah, just you know, about everything basically. And today I'm joined with Salad, pretty much. And
hey guys.
Hello Salad. And Salad has been with us for, yeah, you can say years now, and it's currently our priest officer and yeah, co-lead, you could say. And so yeah, so we just wanted to discuss a couple of topics because obviously everybody's fucking hyped. So the first thing of the day is a really cool website, and I just wanted to point out, and it's called willigetbeta.com, and you can see if you will get the beta key or not. I found that pretty interesting. So you could go there and see if you will get a beta invite. So yeah, the WoW Classic release date, everybody has probably gotten it by now, right, is the 27th of August 2019. And the beta will start today, I think now, a couple of hours maybe?
It's something. A couple hours from now, yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a couple of streamers had already been invited to Irvine, California, to Blizzard, and had like a couple of interviews already, so we have some information that we want to share, and they will already be streaming the beta, so we don't have a beta key yet. So that being said, there will be beta invites going out pretty soon. Maybe some people already have it. So I wanted to inform you really quick, if you want a beta key, right now you still have the opportunity to do so, and you need to first you need to resub or sub to the game, right? I already resubbed today on Battle.net, and go to your account settings and hit, you know, check the thing where it says account settings, and then it says where it says games and everything, and scroll down all the way to the bottom, and there you can choose which games, or you know, for which games betas you want basically. And before that I did that, before I was subbed, and it only said Warcraft. Now that I resubbed, I don't know if it just appeared today, but I thought, okay, Warcraft, that's the one. So, but now they appear the World of Warcraft Classic thing, so you need to go back there and check it again.
Yeah, so that's new. So even if you were signed up for a beta already beforehand, you need to do it again and tick the WoW Classic, or else you'd only get invited to like a BFA patch test or something. Yeah,
exactly.
That'd be rather disappointing.
That would be very disappointing. And yeah, so go back there and make sure you have the World of Warcraft Classic beta interest checked, and then you should be set. So basically it's pray to RNGesus at the moment to get a beta invite. I'm set, we can all hope. There will also be a couple of open stress tests for everybody, but that's, I think one is going to be on the 22nd of May. But of course everybody wants the full beta access, so yeah, pray. I'd say we talk about the yeah, the release date itself first. What do you think?
Yeah, so they said it was summer 2019, and the end of August is kind of like the end of summer.
Yeah. So
I guess they stuck to their word. It is quite far away, and from now it's like 3 months or so.
Right.
I think it's quite a good idea at the end of summer, you know, we get to sit outside, enjoy the sun while it's still there.
Yeah. Just imagine yeah, ranking in summer again. I would have preferred
a winter release, to be honest, because, you know, you can stay inside, you don't have to go out really. You don't want to go out, at least, because it's so cold.
Right, yeah. Yeah, summer release would have been not so good, I'd say, in general, because everybody wants to, as you said, enjoy the sun. Because after that you're not going to get very much of it anymore.
Gonna be boarding up my windows, mate.
Need to restock in summer, you know, get the harvest in, and then sit inside for the whole winter and rank and raid. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the release date, to be honest. You know, 27th of August is still okay for me. There were some rumors. So basically the meme, the Osconti meme was a lie. The Easter egg was misleading. So it's not going to be the July 16th, and it's neither going to be the June 30th. So August. I think that's pretty good. You will have the opportunity to make characters or save character names already on the, or starting from the 13th of August, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, August 13th, and that means you can, if you're subbed, you can already basically kind of log into the realm screen and make a character, I guess. I don't know.
Make a character, and I believe we're going to get the realm list as well, so you can organize with your guild where everyone is rolling. That's a good couple of weeks before launch, so that's quite good.
That's amazing, yeah. And they said that they're doing this also to get a kind of a idea how many people want to be, you know, how many people are going to be there for calculating, or have to get an idea how many realms they need to have, basically. So if there's, you know, going to be 17 realms per, like 17 German realms, or 3 German realms, and, you know, 10 EU English realms, etc. to get a player count. So 13th of August, you can mark that already. You can start planning your vacation, right? Make the economy of your country collapse, basically. And that was the, yeah, that's basically everything we got for the date at the moment. So yeah, basically just go and check that thing for the beta invite and pray that you get an invite. That would be awesome. But I mean, if not, there's a lot of people that already, you know, big streamers already have beta access. I don't know really how they chose them. I know that, for example, Mad Season Show doesn't have a beta invite for some reason. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, let's talk about a couple of things we know regarding the release already, and things that are still unclear. So I think the first one, the biggest one, is probably the layers and the sharding. Let's start with that one. So yeah, they, you know, a lot of people are very concerned about the, you know, sharding and classic. Obviously, nobody wants to have that. But looking at the developer interview and what they said, and said before that already, they are going to have sharding and layers in from the start, because they know what happened 2004, 2005 when they launched the initial game, and it's just shit from their perspective already to manage all of that stuff, and everything will be burning and it will be stupid. So they will have it in from the start, as little as possible, but it's going to be in there. But they also said their long-term goal is to not have it in and to keep it temporary. And essentially they said they want a, you know, scarcity of resources and NPCs. So they want to have the vanilla style thing in there, that there's not 1,000, you know, Black Lotus and all of that kind of stuff. They want to have things, they want to have it in that things are rare, basically. And they said by phase 2, they want to be completely, they want to have completely gotten rid of all sharding. And the sooner the better. As soon as the population starts smoothing out a little bit over the week when people play, they want to have it out, basically. So what do you think?
Yeah, I would prefer no sharding at all, but I mean, if they only want to have it for phase 1,
yeah,
and then remove it for phase 2 and onwards, then I'm okay with that, I guess. It will help Blizzard out quite a lot with all of the server issues.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I think I don't know if they've mentioned the server populations on their end, because I hope it's not going to be like a 12k population server, because then you definitely would need sharding. But if the population is only 2,000, 3,000, I don't think sharding would be necessary. I don't think. It's not going to be that crazy with 2,000 people.
Yeah, that's exactly all of the things that it's still speculation because they haven't really said how many people are going to be on one realm. But I think a good thing is that they say they don't want sharding, like they just want it at the start and they want to get rid of it as soon as possible. I think
by phase 2 it will be gone, so it's not a huge issue, to be honest.
So yeah, that's very good because we're talking about Black Lotus, right? That people could, but potentially sharding just basically means if there's, let's say you want to kill Hogger and he's not there and there's more and more people coming into the zone that want to kill him, you'd be sharded into like a small fraction copy of the realm where he would be up. You could kill him as soon as you leave the group, you would be back on your realm. Of course, that would mean that you could probably, you know, regarding herbs, etc., you could probably go to like a zone and, you know where Black Lotus would spawn. And Black Lotus, for anybody that doesn't know, is like a really important herb that goes up to like 70 gold, and you need it to make flask. So you could go and check some spawn points of Black Lotus, and if it wasn't there, you could probably, you know, like they do in retail, get invited to somebody else's group, get sharded, and hope that there's an herb there on another shard or another layer. And of course, I would leave a lot of room for technical exploits and just basically increasing the amount of Black Lotus that people could get. Oh, Treeblade joined in here. Good guy. Good guy. Yeah. Anyway, but they said they want to have scarcity in resources and NPCs, so I think that's good.
Did you guys move me, or was that a misplay?
Yeah, we're recording. But you can join the conversation if you want.
Sorry, mate.
You wanna?
I was just popping in to say hey.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey, you and A, so I don't know. Why not? Anyway. So yeah, that's what we know about the sharding issue, but they said it's not going to be anything they want long term. Then we had some sort of screenshots somewhere where Blue Post said they are not gonna, regarding mounts, right, and riding. So the first thing we know is they're not going to have the unarmored very early classic mounts in. For all of you that don't know, at the very start of classic, the epic mounts were like plain mounts, just really fast, and they had different colors, and they didn't have like the armor on it. They don't want to have those in from the start. They're going to have the armored mounts only from the start. That's usually something that people on classic realms go for early on the server, get some of them because they're going to be gone later, and they could sell them later, because you could actually sell them, get them, not use them, and sell them later when they're out of the game to make more money. But that's not going to be in. I personally don't care very much about that, so I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Good. Another thing for mounts that we know is they said they are going to have mounts cheap and training expensive. That's the way they're going to have it. So the riding will cost you around like 780 gold if you're at rank 3 and revered with your faction or something. Anyway, you know, like let's say you don't have anything, so 1000 is basically the training to ride your mount is 200, and the mounts itself is going to be 800, basically.
So the fix that was in, yeah, later in the patches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the later system. And they also said what's going to be in there is that you will learn wolf riding and raptor riding, for example. So learning epic mount riding doesn't necessarily mean that you can just obviously buy some other faction's mount and use it. Because if you're like an orc, you will learn epic wolf riding. Your skill will say wolf riding. And then if you go to the troll area, you can't just you could buy the raptor, but it would be expensive, and you couldn't ride it then. So that has been confirmed. Anything else for mounts? I don't even know. I don't know what that means, but it also means that the rank 11 mounts are going to be cheap, I think.
So the mounts are cheap, but the training is expensive.
Yeah, the mount is cheap, the training is... No. Cheap training, expensive mounts. Alright, I need to switch us because we're recording. Let me switch real quick.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh, okay. Alright, this is better. Yeah, I mean, that's just mounts. Some people are interested in that, so I personally don't really care that much. The next thing that we do know is Oh no, actually the dev said one more thing that, for example, all of the quests, in Classic it was that at the beginning there were a lot of quest hubs not in the game, such as Thorium Point, for example. Or, you know, even Silithus, that comes in later into the game, and they're not quite sure yet how they want to have it, because that also involves a couple of flight points not being available. And their example was pretty much Searing Gorge, and that you would otherwise have to use the gate from Loch Modan to Searing Gorge as an Alliance player, for example, to get there. And there wouldn't be any flight point in Searing Gorge.
Oh damn, that's nasty.
Yeah. And they said they want to hear what the community wants, basically. And they said it could be interesting to release these quest hubs later with like phase 2 or something, which I think would be fine, to be honest. Makes it more interesting.
Yes, I believe that's what they did with Lightbringer and Northdale, didn't they?
Yeah, they always did it like this. They came in later.
And it was just a little bit more difficult to level around level 50-ish, like Searing Gorge level. You just had to skip it, and it was a little bit more difficult. Yeah,
there's a couple of more quests that aren't in then, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, a couple of quests wouldn't be in. Same for Burning Steps, I believe. There would be not all of them in yet. But they're not quite sure about that, and that also leads me to, or leads us to the how long phases are going to be. You know, how long is the time period of phase 1, phase 2, etc. So what we know is they said they want to have all of the phases the same time, like the same time period for everything, obviously. So servers aren't going to be different the quicker they kill stuff or anything. So it's going to be the same. Now they're looking at like 2 to 3 months, but they aren't really sure about that. So nothing's confirmed there. Yeah, the phases are probably going to be even, they said. So if they decide on phases being 4 months, then all of them are going to be 4 months. So yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting because I think back in the day they were quite long. I think Blackwing was out for 8 months. Something like that.
Yeah, it was very, very long, yep. And, before AQ and
yeah,
you had ZG in the middle, I guess, but
yeah, I think Molten Core actually was also in for quite a long time. It also means though that I just also hope that they don't just rush Nax out too quick and stuff like that. And I think 2 months would be a little bit short, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you think they would spread vanilla out over the 2 years, like what happened in retail? Or do you think they would go for a quicker version, maybe a 1.5 years?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think what my guess is that now that they invested so much, or that they're investing resources in it, and investing so much time in it, I think they want to stretch it out as much as they can. And if they have like 5 phases or something like that, 5-6 phases, then I think 4 months could be something that they're looking into.
4 months, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they, on retail, on BFA and Legion, you saw that they had sometimes that's the actual game, you know. And they had really long periods of time where no new content was released. So I think they're going to go that route rather than rushing stuff.
And then, hey, with enough hype, they could release TBC after that.
Yeah, TBC or custom content. I'm gonna make a whole new MTA again on that because, there's so much stuff we could talk about there, or even
so
TBC.
Many possibilities. Yeah, so many empty pockets of land in vanilla.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Sometimes when I fly over areas, you know, there's just so many mountains basically that it's huge areas that are just mountains and there's nothing in there. It's not even accessible, and you could add so much stuff in vanilla style. But yeah, we can talk about that later in another MTA. It's certainly a very interesting topic. What's going to happen after Nax has been out for 8 months or some shit? You know, what's going to happen then? Right, so that's the quest subs. We have that covered. What else is there? We got... Oh yeah, so now some things that we don't know, basically. Because we've been... some people have been checking some beta gameplay already. And a couple of things people noticed. First of all, what I really like is I'm going to be playing on advanced graphics, let's put it that way. You'll have the option to play with real vanilla graphics, or just have improved shaders and and lighting and everything. I'm definitely gonna go for the improved lighting. It looks awesome. But there's still a couple of things that are not really clear, because basically what we've been used to now are private realms where a lot of mobs had the guessed values of armor, resistances, and even abilities where the timing in between when mobs did something was kind of guessed. And how is it gonna be in the real deal again? That's interesting, I think, because for me the biggest example is old school players say that, for example, the mana draining dot of Baron Geddon didn't actually only drain your mana, but it also dealt damage while doing so. And that's, for example, not the case here at the moment. So essentially what you can do is you cheese the mechanic by only dispelling anything that has mana, and then you're good. And that's really, really easy. Whereas if it dealt damage as well, it would be much more, much harder, really. And you would think, okay, those things are just small details though, but it goes throughout the whole world. There's a lot of mobs where any single mob, like a Furbolg from Ashenvale or a Gnoll from Westfall, if they don't have the correct armor values, for example, or their abilities aren't really, they don't use their abilities all that much, it makes it so much easier, really, because you just melt them as a melee, for example. Same goes for resistances, right? At the moment, all raid bosses still have holy resistances, which they shouldn't have. That's something that has been out for a while, and people from back in the day have already, kind of confirmed. Of course, we never really know, but that there weren't holy resistances on bosses. That was like one of the advantages, priests and paladins had, if it was one of the few. But you couldn't get partial resists on a holy spell, for example, but you can here. They do have a certain amount of holy resistance, and also the resistances and armor values were, of course, different for each raid boss and for each mob, so that you could play a couple of specs maybe more efficiently than you can actually play now. So that's going to be really interesting how they're going to do that, and how they're going to find out what mob did which abilities and when and how much. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the private servers, they just had to do a lot of guesswork, I believe, with mob armors, mob resistance. So it's definitely something to check out in the beta. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be testing out the armors and resistance and abilities, spawn timers, drop rates, proc rates, all that kind of stuff, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Only Blizzard truly knows. The private servers, they just had to guess.
Or do they even? I don't know.
Well, hey.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what we know so far. there's going to be more info coming soon, so it's definitely worth checking the forums, but we will definitely do that for you here in the MTA, so stay with the series if you like to have more updates and news. I'm going to have I usually have the Blizzard forum watch in, and you know, I'll inform everyone of what's going on as much as I can in case you missed it. Otherwise, you can also just watch the forums yourself, or Wowhead has a classic section if you're interested in that. And I mean, news spreads so quickly these days. I'm still gonna try and highlight the most important stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'm fucking ready. The hype is too real. I don't know. I don't. It's gonna be awesome, and I like the August release date, to be honest. So I can get all of my shit done. I can enjoy the summer. We can clear next year, and then we can basically, you know, just have the autumn ready to play is always a good thing. I think. I feel like, because you're not. I remember ranking in spring, and then we were basically right in the middle of ranking when summer hit, and that was the worst. Oh yeah, it was the worst.
Yeah, that is dreadful.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything you want to add? Anything else we know?
I think that's it for now. We just have to keep our eye on the beta.
Right.
Hopefully you get in.
Yeah.
Good luck getting in. Good luck to everyone else trying to get in.
Oh yes. Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the concerns people had were about the sharding, but they pretty explicitly said and pretty clearly said now that they want to not have it in as much, so we shouldn't get too you know, concerned about it. Also, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's all we know right now. We don't need to drag on the video for longer than we really have to. I mean, fuck it. We're just gonna keep our eyes on it. We're certainly hyped. I know that Mr. GM has a beta key, I think. If you want to watch his stream, you'll certainly know when I get a beta key, if I get a beta key. Probably never, but you know, that's just life. So there's certainly streamers out there already, and the beta starts in a couple of hours from now, when the video is released, and so you can already go and check that out. So yeah, that's been it from us for the moment. I hope everybody's as hyped as we are. I mean, we're just certainly ready. Let's put it that way. We have our whole guild ready to go, and maybe we can drop the first recruitment already. If you're interested in joining a pretty much set guild that's been together for a couple of years already, with max experience, and you want to play on English EU servers, you can get in touch on our Discord server, and you will see us there, and we will let you know which server we're eventually going to go on. All we know is that it's going to be European and English speaking. Yeah, we have to go get ready for the raid anyways and get some food. Then I'd say this has been the MTA 70, and yeah, let the hype consume you. Let's go. It's only you know, we can count down the days from now. We finally got a date. I'd say thank you very much for watching. Pleasant day in Azeroth. Good loots, fat epics, and yeah, get hype, boys. I'll see you next time.